Is there a link now?
Wake up
Let me see.
like you slept on a cloud. Get yourself the very best in bedding supplies today.
I don't see. There's not a link now.
And don't forget our very special promo code, Mojo50, for incredible savings.
Patriotically correct.
There's bad people in every profession, right? There's bad Domino's delivery drivers, bad auto mechanic, bad this or that. We're not going to compare law enforcement to any other profession any longer on this program because
No, that's an RTMP.
Just kill it. Go for it.
Police officer to the occupation of anywhere else where there are bad apples. There's no way that there's this systemic racism within that field. There is no profession in the world that goes through more excruciating background checks, psychological evaluations, polygraph examinations. Backgrounders go to every city that they've ever lived in, every job that they've ever worked.
What's up, my dudes?
And chicks.
There are not a whole lot of
Come on with it.
in the law enforcement community that are just able to slide through that. And through these interview process, the dissection
All right,
of
I'm
their
on it.
social media accounts and their Twitter. And
I need to
all
go
that,
here.
It's there forever. And to insult them by comparing them to other professions, I'm just not going to tolerate it on this show anymore.
Weekdays, 5 p.m.
Dang, bro.
Didn't see you there.
All right, so I'm going to do this.
Delicious meal from preparewithmojo50.com. You look hungry. Do you want some? Of course you do. Get your own. You can go to preparewithmojo50.com. That's preparewithmojo50.com. You can't have mine.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use
Hurry up.
SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Don't freak me out.
All right, sorry. We're trying to get back in the swing of things. All right, here we go. 25 seconds.
Expert travel agents find ridiculously
Yeah, it
low
is.
prices
Come
for
on.
you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Journey into the matrix of the mind. Stretch your imagination and challenge reality. Abnormal realities are beacons for the imagination. What society deems abnormal may be more real than we think. This is Abnormal Realities with your hosts, Ron Phillips and Rocky Stucci.
Yeah, Ron Phillips getting a little abusive with my hand right before the show. Trying to give me a high five and being all aggressive. And that hurt, man.
It kind of stung a little bit.
It stung a little bit. It stung a little bit, folks. So what's going on? Welcome to the program. Abnormal Realities, broadcasting right here on Odyssey Radio. You want to look for Odyssey Radio? Just go to iHeartRadio and just search for Odyssey Radio, ODYSY, or just go to OdysseyRadio.com. Everything you need to know is right there. OdysseyRadio.com. We love the hell out of you guys. Brother Phillips, what's going on? Where you
Hey,
been?
how are you? It's been a while. Right?
It's
been 2 weeks since we sat in this studio.
yeah, my chair feels different.
The chair's not changed.
No, it feels structurally different. Like it don't feel like my butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Just saying.
The chair did not change at all.
Nothing.
Nothing changed.
My computer area didn't.
Got a lot more dust on the table.
Yeah, we got
now.
some dust going on.
Yeah.
I don't. It feels different. Did you raise the table or shrink it down?
Haven't done anything, dude.
Okay.
I am a little closer on the camera, I think, because your hat's almost out of the frame.
Man, we missed you guys.
We
It's been a
did.
good time. Hey, huge props, freaking Audrey. You know, Audrey and Michelle. They came to Texas, had some pizza, partied a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Partied a lot. No. It was good to see them, though. Thank you for coming
Yeah, it was
to
all
visit.
right. It was all right.
Yeah, they came to visit for the Celebrity Softball Classic, which was freaking a blast. That was freaking fun, dude.
Yeah, it was a good time. You know, we had a different role this year. So before we even say anything, celebritysoftballclassic.org, go to the website, donate, go to their Facebook page, like it, follow it, because there's going to be a lot of stuff happening throughout the year. So stay in tune with that. Huge shout out to TK, Tim Clun, One Take Tim Clun. Love you, bro. Great.
And all of the players, everybody was fantastic.
Yep.
Everybody was great to work with. one of the unique aspects of what I picked up the ball and did while we were there was trying to wrangle the players.
So I just
on
want to
either
let
side.
everybody know that's where I wanted to go.
Jeebus.
I just wanted to say Ron was our hero that night.
That is not true.
Dude, those
I just-
headphones were just sitting there burning a
They
hole in
were.
that table.
They were sitting on the table. Nobody was using them. And these were the headphones. It was an ear. It was just a headphone with a wireless pack. And they were sitting on the table. And I had no idea why they were there.
Nope.
We walked up there. Nobody told us that they were there for any particular reason. We knew which mic was ours. And
Yeah, we
it
did.
was the white mic. And Rocky grabbed the white mic and off we went.
Because it said sexy on the mic.
For the
So I'm like, that's ours.
What,
bro.
for the first 30 minutes of the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Yeah, he did. He was good. If you watched the live stream on odysseyradio.com or anywhere else, the only voice you heard besides what was her name, Jennifer?
Yep.
Yeah, was Rocky's the whole time.
I
And
didn't know that.
He had no idea.
No
He was-
idea.
He was the voice of the live stream also.
I would have completely changed things up a little bit. I would have been a little bit more play-by-play. Right now, we got so-and-so on
Yeah.
second base, this guy on first base. We got Brother Filippio here trying to touch
He
my
had-
butt.
He had no idea.
That's okay. Because
But
I was
then-
getting emotional like when Evan hit the home run. Man, I was up in his face
You were
screaming
right
like
there,
it was
yeah.
me that hit the home run almost. I felt it. It reminded me of Miracle League.
I felt it. It was fantastic.
It was fantastic.
But
Damn it.
But nobody was coordinating with the press box at the top of the stadium about when to cue videos and when to do stuff on the field. We had a run of show document. We knew what was supposed to go on, but nobody was communicating.
Man, Phillips
And so I
stepped
just
in
picked it up and put it
and
on,
went
and
with
I,
it.
I pushed the button and I said, "Hello, team up in the press box. My
Don't
name is
know ya.
Ron. Let's go."
I think I heard him. Heard
So
you
there-
guys talking about your balls. there.
And the other thing my job was to get the batters
Yeah.
ready. Son of a bitch. So that's the first time I had done that, and you had warned me.
Yep. It gets a little out of control.
The red team had kind of a coach, but the white team just everybody was just all, it was a free for all.
Ron
and
stepped up.
There are 80 people on each team, and we could only bat what 10 people.
Dude, and I was checking your butt out when you're all up in that crowd, too.
Oh my God!
I was like, look at Filippio. Hey,
It was-
Filippio!
What was funny about it is by the time we got to the third, fourth, fifth inning, I just lined them up because nobody was batting in the order that they were, and everybody wanted to bat. I said, look, if you want to bat, just get in line. And I'm talking to celebrities, actors, Dallas Cowboy players.
Full producer mode.
I was in full producer
Full
mode.
producer
I'm like, line the
mode.
freak up. If you want to bat,
Yep,
get in line.
sure did. And I says, all I need
Miss-
to know is what number's
Miss-
coming up next.
Miss Teen Texas. I mean, there was everybody there.
Yep.
And I'm like, and they were all coming up to me. Phillips, when can I bat? 'Cause
Yep.
that's my shirt said Phillips,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Phillips, when can I bat? Can I bat next? I'm like, get in line, dude. Get in line. And I would just turn them around. What's your number?
Yep.
Give Rocky the number, and he'd look it up and
Boom.
announce them.
Yeah, dude, it worked out well, man. It was really cool.
We got to have better coordination next year.
Oh, dude, it's wait, dude, trust me. No, actually, dude, we had it coordinated pretty dang well. I mean, I think once you put the headphones on and we just went to town, we were good because that's what we do. We master our
Well,
domain, right? That's
yeah.
what we do.
And the people in the press box, they didn't care about the batting order. What they cared about more was all of the stuff that was happening
On the
in between
video.
bats,
Yep.
in between innings. And then, a couple of times we threw some stuff in there that wasn't on the run of show, like when we did the
Yep.
coach for the white team. That was awesome.
We stepped up, man. We made an executive
Rocky made
decision.
the whole damn stadium sing happy birthday
Yeah.
to Colonel Spangler. That was funny.
89 years old, jumping out
Yeah.
of an airplane
Last week.
last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay,
2 days
well,
ago.
we didn't see nothing on the news, so he made it.
He made it. Yeah, that was fun.
I didn't see no pictures.
That was fun. I actually had a fantastic. My feet hurt.
Yep.
God, dog, my feet hurt.
Got a
after
broken
that.
back.
Why- we had a
Yeah, because dude got slammed on the bat.
yeah. If you didn't see it,
Hicks.
yeah, it was Chaz the wrestler got out there and they kind of faked up a little wrestling.
That
thing
was
there.
real, dude. Don't
Yeah.
ever say it
They
like
faked
that
it up
again.
a little wrestling thing and threw
Chaz
the guy
Taylor.
down, and the bat had rolled up underneath.
It did right underneath him, man.
God, dog. And he just laid there.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
so-
that was painful. It hurt me when
Yeah.
I saw it.
Well, you and I didn't know it was about to happen.
No,
until it started happening.
No, but see, we just jump right in it, dude. We just roll with it because we're professionals.
Yeah.
No, but love you guys. TK, thanks again for this great opportunity. Super
Had fun.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
CelebritySoftballClassic.org.
Hopefully we'll be out there again next year.
There's going to be a lot of things that we're going to be talking about here in the short future. So that's it. We're just going to leave that freaking carrot hanging in front of your face. Now what? I need a hug. What?
I'll get you one later.
Boy, I tell you, it was nice to see that little ugly dog you have downstairs.
The little one? Yeah.
It's ugly as hell. It's one of those dogs,
She's
ladies
not
and
ugly,
gentlemen,
dude.
that is so ugly
not
that they're
ugly.
cute.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
She's not ugly. She's so stupid. She's so cute, she's stupid. Or she's stupid. She's so stupid, she's cute. That's what I meant to say.
Well, there is that. It's
Because
right.
you can look in her eyes, and behind those eyes is nothing.
Nothing. There's nothing
Zip.
there. You know, there's nothing there. Just a tongue that hangs out of the mouth and I don't even know what eyeball to look at with her.
Boo boo. That's what we call her.
Hey, boo boo.
Yeah. But
Boo 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 boo.
she's doing okay.
Yeah.
She's not growing anymore.
I think she never grew in the
She
first
less
place.
than 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Right
I
at 2 pounds.
think she's taking karate lessons now. You guys taking her for karate lessons?
No, but she can climb on the bed now. We put some stairs there so she can climb up on the bed. Now she thinks she owns the world.
She sure does. Brother, what do you got?
Former CIA pilot John Lear says there are millions of aliens living on the moon. Now, we all knew this.
Did they
already,
name the
right?
Learjet after him?
I don't think that's the same guy. I could be wrong. In an interview, former CIA pilot John Lear stunned the world.
What?
Stunned the world
What?
by disclosing appearances, names, and details about the location of millions of humanoid aliens residing on the moon. Lear has abundant evidence that these beings visited our planet and continue to do so today. And he also said that there are underground cities beneath the surface of the moon where gray aliens reside.
You know what? That's not the first time we've heard that.
It's not the second time we've heard it.
And we also heard it's the Greys that are in charge of all the anal probing.
And that they're drones.
They're what?
The Greys are the drones.
What do you mean, the drones?
They're the ones that do all the bidding. They're the ones that do all the work, i.e. the probing, right? It's the taller aliens that are in charge, apparently.
You think they do the helicopter during the probe? Just
Shoot,
they
I'm
want to
sure
get
they
a
do.
good enough sample, you know what
According to the former CIA pilot, there are laboratories in these underground towns where genetic experimentations are carried out.
I mean? Under towns?
But
Is that what it said? Under towns? Like in this planet?
in these underground towns, yeah, underground on the moon.
Oh, on the
On
moon.
yeah. Former CIA officer John Lear and 4 of his associates organized a recruitment of people with advanced extrasensory perception. There was a strict selection of 5 stages, each of them required to name the items that was hidden in the box. Out of 2,800 people, only 2 managed to do it. There is no need to rely on luck here since the objects were very specific. A pyramid of malachite, a dog figurine, a feather of a bird of paradise,
Oh,
a handful of pumpkin seeds, and a tuft of coyote wool.
all right. So, 1 through 20. Do not look at the chat. Do not open your computer.
I'm not opening the chat.
Okay. 1 through 20. You dig deep into your brain hole.
Okay.
Into your brain hole, bro.
Oh, you're thinking of a number?
No, I already
Oh.
got the number. I already put it in chat. That's why I told you
Oh,
not
okay.
to go in the
All right.
chat.
All right.
And I already put what the number is in the chat. Now, don't overthink it.
All right. All right.
Just let it come to you. Boom.
Okay.
And when it comes to you, just go. Boom. Answer.
Okay. The number that popped into my head was
Yeah.
13.
No, but that is one hell of a guess, though, because that would have been my second number.
Really?
Because that's my lucky number.
17 was the second one number.
Nope.
All right. What was it?
It's 19.
Yeah. Damn it. All right.
Well, that was dumb, folks.
Those tested by Lear. Well, then I would not have made it to.
I could do it.
to the moon. Those tested by
7.
Lear were Colorado resident Mark Stevenson and Washington suburban resident Amelia Leeds. But John Lear did not complete his research on this. The next stage consisted of several questions about the mother of the former CIA officer. The questions were as follows: date of her death, cause of death, her profession, her favorite musical group. Surprisingly, both participants plunged into a half-asleep state, and returning from it, they gave the correct answers. Both psychics coped with the task, he says.
I could do it.
Let's see. Let me
Dude,
go
why
on
didn't
down
Lisa let us do a spirit box when we did the
here. Oh,
recording
when we were
last
there?
Thursday?
I don't know. You told me she didn't want to have that in the
Yeah, I
house.
brought it up and I got yelled at in front
You
of
said,
everybody.
Ron's already got a ghost in his house. Let's do it over here.
Why not? If Ron already has a ghost there, I mean, we're a team, right? I mean, so if Ron has a ghost, we got to have a ghost in our house.
Let's see. The survey was carried out simultaneously in 2 different rooms in order to exclude forgery. Here's what the psychic man said.
Oh, he identifies as a man.
Yep.
Okay, we've gone that far.
The moon was inhabited more than 100,000 years ago. Then in the depths of the Earth's satellite, there was an ocean and large cities were located around it. Small creatures lived there. Among them were gray dwarfs, pale, thin humanoids, winged miniature creatures, 5 civilizations in all. These creatures cohabit today deep below the surface of the moon.
What? Okay, how come we never see if there's all these civilizations? Why don't we see more of it? Or is this the dark side stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. Says dwarfs from the Earth's satellite have visited our planet more than once. Their settlements are located in South America, Central Asia, Siberia, and Africa.
Nothing in the good old USA?
Yeah.
Man, they're smart. They don't want to be overtaxed while they're living here.
No, not at all.
So
Many of
somewhere
them,
else is bitch.
the female said about 110,000 years BC, a catastrophe occurred on the moon that destroyed the atmosphere and actually made the surface of the Earth's satellite uninhabitable.
So they're saying that the moon was?
Well, they're combining their stories, meaning that the stories were close enough together about what they were saying in 2 separate rooms that it makes sense. The original inhabitants of the moon were ready for this and descended into deep hiding places. At the same time, water seeped deep into the filled cavity in the center of the cosmic body.
It said cavity.
There, the cities of fairies, gnomes, and dwarfs were
now we got gnomes and dwarfs in the moon, along with 4 different civilizations of aliens. Dude, it is a busy moon. I wonder what they charge for rent.
It's a good question.
You want to go?
No. Oh, yeah, I'd go. 2
I
people
know you
not
would.
knowing in advance what will be discussed, practically one-to-one described the existence of civilizations on the moon. John Lear wrote a whole book about it and claims that the whole experiment from beginning to end was real. As for the fate of the psychics, Mark Stevenson died of illness in 2009, but Amelia Leeds opened her school in South Korea where she trains Asian geeks to connect to information flows,
Wait a minute.
which in her
She
opinion,
trains
psychics
what?
use. Geeks.
Did you say?
Asian geeks.
It says Asian geeks.
Asian geeks. I'm not even joking.
So they find Asian people that are geeks. Am I interpreting this correctly, Filippo?
Yeah.
Dude, that's rude.
It's rude. John Lear began his creative biography in the 1980s and 1990s when he began to speak publicly and disclose confidential information. And here's one of his statements.
Yeah.
In 1953, an alien ship crashed and there was an alien on it.
Yeah, there was.
Which we called EB3.
Or Audrey.
And who then helped the U.S. government build a spaceship using alien technology. In 1962, we had vehicles that could not travel faster than the speed of light,
We do
like
now.
the alien vehicles, but were fast enough to reach the moon in 60 minutes.
Dude, I'll be there in an
and
hour.
reach Mars in a few hours. The first flight to Mars took place in 1966, says Lear. In the 70s, before NASA allegedly began to destroy the photos taken by Apollo 8, 10, and 11, and published in the 1971 NASA book SB-246, it was possible to see the city, the space base, pipes, roads, vegetation, lights, mining facilities, and a nuclear reactor. Yeah, so.
All right, okay. So I did see, actually, there was a documentary that I did watch, and I'm going to try to remember the name of it, but it had to do with the moon and potential life on the moon. So what they did was they went and found all these different pictures. You can actually, if you Google it right now, you'll find what looks like to be a stack from a power plant. And it's monstrous. It's huge.
Yeah, there are pictures here. I mean, there's some here that look kind of like that.
Yeah, the power plant one. You know, here's my thing when it comes to just having these conversations. It may, in our little, tiny, non-existent reality that we have in this universe, because really, I mean, we think we are so much more important than what we really are in this universe, right? Speaking from that.
We
right?
only think that because we think we're the only ones.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's scary. So when we sit here and we're like, yeah, man, there could be potential life on the moon. I mean, there's probably more of a probability of that being real than us ever as a species on this planet getting our sanity.
That's a very
damn
valid
fact.
statement, actually.
It really is. It's, I mean, Why do we think that that's abnormal? In an endless universe with billions of galaxies, and each galaxy of billions of stars, why the mother F do we think we are so special that we poop glitter? Because, you know, us humans, we got this shit under control. You know what I'm saying?
Which cracks me up because if you think about it,
I'm not sorry, Petey.
potentially, I mean,
little carried away,
we
you
always think that we're like the top of the food chain. We are, you know, so much so on this planet, supposedly. But, you know, we could be the infants in the big scheme of the universe.
No, we're going to be the ones to screw everything up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're going to want to start taxing
There could-
Mars and
yeah.
shit.
There could be technological advances way past what we even know.
We couldn't even comprehend. We talked about it before. We're only as advanced as for what we know, right? Go back to 1900, 1905, 1890, when they were doing procedures. Go back to the Civil War on how they used to do amputations. That was modern science. And whatever those doctors said, people trusted them. Yeah, hey, I got to go get a freaking hacksaw, but hold on, my horses took a freaking crap on it. But let me just go run it in the creek a little bit, rinse some of that poop and pee off. But the pee may kind of sanitize it a little bit. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. And when I come back, I'm just going to tie you down. I'm going to go get some freaking ropes, and I'm going to go stick something in your mouth so you shut up when I cut your freaking leg off with the dirty, rotten, beat-up, rusty hacksaw.
Right. Here, bite on this stick.
Yeah, bite on this stick. Break some teeth while you're at it. You might as well.
Drink some whiskey. You know, here's the thing that I like to think about periodically is if you consider the last 100 years, the technological advancements that we've made in just the last 100 years.
Too fast for our brains.
No, I mean, but think about it.
Yeah, I know.
What happens in the next 100 years?
We reached that threshold of technology. So we made it however many, you know, because everybody has a different answer
Do
on how
you think
long.
we've reached the threshold?
No. So what I'm talking about is that, so we've gone however many thousands of years as a species with minimal technology. We're just enough to make weapons to kill
That's
people.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was the greatest advancements of man throughout the centuries.
I mean,
is
how did the
weapons.
Egyptians live without cell phones?
Dude, that is crazy. And TikTok.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Look, my grandfather, I used to
'Cause
think
they
he was one of the greatest generations because he lived from the time that, you know, airplanes were made all the way through
Saw it all.
computers.
Saw it all.
And
That's a trip.
it's crazy.
So you go from horse and buggy to being flown to your own funeral in your casket by a drone.
Well, kind of.
I'm just exaggerating, but you get my point, right?
I got you.
But here's my thing about this. We've advanced far too. Once we hit that certain point, the Industrial Revolution point maybe would be a good kind of a bet. Then we kind of started becoming spoiled of, you know, of a different lifestyle, less appreciative, and throughout the years it happens, right? And I think that's just culturally, historically, just kind of how this species is. It's just weird.
Well,
but once you hit the Industrial Revolution, and like you were just saying, Ron, it just, this may be too much.
Exponential growth.
And you look at mental health, I'm telling you, technology has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, we're all
with
guilty.
The decline of mental health.
That's what I'm saying. It has completely taken us away from our identity, and it becomes our reality. And there's all these new styles of depression now.
Well, to the point where we don't really know what reality is anymore. We're at a point now with, you know, with deep fake videos, with animatronics and robots and AI, that we're getting to that point where you're not going to be able to ascertain or discern reality from fakery or technology, if you will.
In the next segment, we're going to talk about them downloading your memory into a computer. And I believe we talked about the opposite, where they can download into you different memories. And I was just recently watching something where they're doing these experiments, and they cut somebody's head open. They drill a freaking hole, right? Like they're building a house. And there's sawdust and everything coming out the brain hole, right? And they were sticking these probes about an inch into the brain, and the probes picked up some kind of waves. And these were for people with Alzheimer's. And what this one experiment did was it increased that person's memory by 30%. And that was in the infant stages of what they're doing here.
Can you imagine if we used, if it is that most of us just use 10% of our brains, which
I'm probably about 60.
Maybe, are you? Okay.
Yeah, I got some magical
Can
shit
you
going
imagine
on,
what it
bro.
would be like if we used half of our brain? Or all of our brain
Dude,
capacity?
we can't handle shit at 10%.
We struggle with it.
We're
as
messing
is,
it all up, dude. We failed. Jesus! I had nothing to do with this crap. I know who I voted for.
I had nothing to do with this crap, he said.
I just want to do a radio show with Filippo. Everybody else is ruining it. Go talk to them. The nice suits. You know?
Yeah, I mean, quite honestly, it's cool that I live in a time where, we saw this carries more weight and more processing capability than any computer we had in the 60s, right? But what's going to happen in the next 50 to 100 years?
No, we weren't able to evolve.
Will we have robotic servants?
Yes.
I'm thinking we're going to probably have those in the next 25 years.
Our brains, the last 20 years alone, cannot handle and process all the information that is being rammed down our faces. Literally, it cannot, and we are losing our shit. It's too much. So another 20 years with that much more technology, yeah, bye-bye, Felicia. Ain't happening. We're in big trouble.
Felicia.
We might as well just cut power and start fishing in streams and eating fish for survival and grow our own corn and tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers.
Where can they find us, Rocky Stucci?
Abnormalrealities.com. That's where they can find us, Filippo. And go to OdysseyRadio.com, ODYSY Radio.com, OdysseyRadio.com, AbnormalRealities.com. Ron Phillips, Rocky Stucci, take us home.
Back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logo designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and we'd be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Do you have fewer than 3 bowel movements a week? Are your stools dry, hard, and or lumpy? Your stools are difficult or painful to pass? Do you have stomach aches and maybe stomach cramps? Do you feel bloated and nauseous? Do you feel that you haven't completely emptied your bowels after a movement? Well, if that's the case, then the chances are pretty good you are dehydrated. So what you need to do is go to www.insanecustomtumblers.com. We have hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of images that you can purchase for your personalized tumbler today. If you're looking for a custom design, we can help you with that. Insane Custom Tumblers is the one-stop shop for you. Once again, go to insanecustomtumblers.com. Again, that is insanecustomtumblers.com. Use code INSANE20 for a 20% discount today. InsaneCustomTumblers.com. Poop well, my friends. Poop well.
Welcome back to Abnormal Realities, folks. I'm Ron Phillips. That's Rocky Stucci.
The normal one.
We're back.
We be back.
We're back.
Bitches.
Yeah, Thursday nights are our deal, but last Thursday, of course, you guys know we had guests and visitors, so we did a live show from Rocky's studio.
Yep. Yeah, from the living room.
It was Rocky's living room.
Literally. Lisa set up the table, which is super cool, and then the chairs. But the only thing that I would do differently in a big room like that, because I have a tall ceiling, I would mic the table because we're using the boom mics that we have on the cameras are pretty damn good, but not that good, not in a hollow room. They weren't close enough. Yeah. So
I mean, you could hear us. It was
you could hear us.
Just a room echo.
But we still sounded sexy because that's what we do.
And we bookended all the goodness You know what I'm saying?
Dude, the vibration was incredible. Anyway, so yeah, Thursday nights, catch the program, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Visit the website at normalrealities.com, but find us on our mother station, the great station of Odyssey Radio, ODYSY radio.com, and look us up on iHeart by just searching Odyssey Radio. If you are a radio show, a radio program, if you're a podcast, and you're interested on getting your show a little bit more distribution, just go ahead and give us an email at info@odysseyradio.com. Send us information about your show and a sample of the show, and we'd love to hear from you.
It's pretty cool when you can go out and tell your sponsors, potential sponsors, that you have a radio show that's broadcast live. You know, whether you're live or not, it's broadcast live. So we have a 24/7 live station on iHeartRadio. One of the few digital-only stations out there that has that, and we are very fortunate to have it, and we want to thank iHeartRadio for that.
Thank you, iHeart.
What'd you do? Did you just lick iHeart?
I sure did.
Okay, I'm sure they appreciate it.
Dude, you realize how much that's worth?
It is worth. It's worth a lot. Yeah, yeah. So if you have a podcast and you want us to broadcast it live, so people can come and listen every night at the same time,
man, we got you.
Get in touch with us. We'd love to do it.
Yep.
All right. So you mentioned during the break brain capacity.
Yeah. Well, so, you know, the conversation that we were having before we went on a break, I think it's a super relevant, even though I throw snarky little comments in there. But I feel those comments though, so I'm not being sarcastic on them. The human being, and we kind of touched on this during the break a little bit in regards to just the last 20 years of Facebook, Twitters, YouTubes. We had the AOL was not advanced enough to turn us into psychopaths. It was just enough to wet our beaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was email. Email is so yesterday now.
Totally yesterday. And then, you know, we had the gaming that, you know, we've done shows about the games and the things that it could do to you. And, you know, when you grow up isolated into a room, and I'm not mocking anybody who plays games. My boys play games, right? But my boys, they're structured on it. They don't play all day. But there's people that literally from a young child become such a gamer that they have no concept of a real world.
Well, and you know, that's why I don't do games. I don't have any games on my phone. And I
got bingo, bro. I got bingo.
Back when the PS, you know, the PlayStation came out at the very beginning, I had a PlayStation. I played a few games here and there. But I quickly learned that and it's something about me and specifically, and I'm sure there are other people out there like that just get so in depth with the game that you forget about life going on around you.
They don't know how to go into public and have a conversation with people.
People get lost in the game for like 10, 12, 14 hours at a
time. Longer than that.
Yeah,
like crackheads, man. They're on it for days.
And I just can't do that. So I don't play games.
No, you know, and I believe that it's in a way, and I'm not saying it's mastered or manipulated to be like this, but I think that they're finding out ways that part of gaming is a way to kind of desensitize human beings, kind of takes it away. It creates false emotions within a game reality, but they can't connect with those same emotions in the real world, right?
Well, there used to be a big thing going on back when, what was that? What's that game called? GT. I can't remember what it is. You know what I'm talking
where
about.
They steal the cars.
Yeah.
Kill cops, rape women.
Yeah, all of that stuff.
Grand Theft Auto.
GTA. And I mean,
kids played that at a young age.
And they would get tied into it. And people used to think that these are the kids that are out, you know, shooting up schools and attacking people on the streets. And I'm not even sure that's what it was, but that's desensitizing the child's mind. It honestly is.
From 6 years old, you're playing war games or sniper games, blowing people's freaking heads to pieces.
Yeah, first-person shooter games.
Okay.
Things like that. Yeah.
You grow up like that. You remember I talked about, I can't remember when it was early 1900, where they did that experiment with the little kid that was like 1 year old with the mouse, with the white mouse. The little child loved the white mouse, loved it, right? Played with it all the time. Well, then they went to level 2. They wanted to accelerate a little bit of this shit, try to get some results, right? So then it got to the point to where every time that child touched that white mouse or that white mouse touched the child, like maybe went and nose touched the foot or whatever, they had a cake pan and they smashed a cake pan on a counter and scared the shit out of the kid. And so what they literally did through touch and visual. White mouse, touch me, loud, scary noise, is they program that person for the rest of their life to hate teddy bears, mice, white teddy bears, white mice. He grew up literally hating them, and he was taught this behavior before he could even remember, right? So there has to be in forms somewhere within that universe of technology, people playing very dangerous games with our thought process because we're not able to digest this. Mary said something earlier. She says technology has advanced faster than our collective ethics and morals have. If we can't get caught up and restore some kind of balance, it's a recipe for disaster, and that is a fact.
Well, here's my fear is not that AI will become sentient and take over. My fear is that AI will become sentient and take over after we as a society or we as a civilization have gone to such an extent where our brains are mush, and that's what we're teaching the AI.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But at some point, and I agree with people in the chat room, artificial intelligence will surpass us.
Oh.
At some point it will.
Is it not already kind of in weird ways?
In weird ways, there's, we can still pull the plug on it right now.
Dude, think about
this. There will come a time where we won't be able to pull the plug.
We have a population of people, again, because all this is information overload. This is a new thing. This is our point. So if you're just coming in now, we're not just talking about current times, right? This is something we're talking about in regards to society, programming mind, the amount the human brain can process all at once. Well, the last 20 years, we failed dramatically, right? What were you just referring to?
AI?
Yeah.
Becoming sentient?
It'll get to the point, right? I mean, right now we have an entire generation of youth and that are becoming young adults. They're all within the young adult ages now, 20, 22, 19, 25. If we lost our grid system, they would not have one single clue on how to create a shelter, on how to find food.
Yeah, that's because they can't get to YouTube to figure it out.
That's what I'm saying. We have an entire. They're actually intelligently level underneath. They're the level of intelligence, even though they're geniuses when it comes to technology, but in the real world, in the physical world where things are real, they're dumber than a Neanderthal. Because at least a Neanderthal could survive. I said it. I don't give a shit. I said it.
That's a good point. I mean, kids today wouldn't be able to survive in the wilderness.
They wouldn't even know how to start a fire unless they had a lighter or a torch. Dude, I'll go get 2 sticks with my toes. I'll show you some fire starting shit.
I wonder if that's happened on this planet before.
What's that?
Where we got to the point where, where we were technologically advanced.
Yep.
And then something happened.
Yep.
And it took everybody right back to the beginning.
I kind of pondered that a little bit because there is a lot of very cool evidence that could suggest, right? The proper use of the words there, that could suggest that there was some kind of technology, like even before ancient Egypt times, 5,000, 10,000 BC. You look at some of these structures that have potential references towards outer space. We even know during the Renaissance times, they did paintings of spacecrafts. But if you look at how some of these things are built and the precision on some of these blocks that had to be put together, I just don't know. And I don't think anybody can logically explain scientifically how some of these ancient cultures, before there was even a tool in existence to our human hand, maybe a spear, they were able to construct some of the things they did at the preciseness that they did. And that's the part that we really can't figure out.
Well, I started to say engineers today can't figure some of that stuff
because they're technologically dependent.
Correct.
They need computers to do mathematical equations and angles and structure. How much can this weight support? How big and thick do these beams need to be? How much girth and moisture is needed for the structural balance of integrity of life?
Well, yes. And I was just thinking as you were saying that before you touched me. I grew up at a point in time where computers were becoming a thing.
Yeah.
So when I was in school, the very first public computer that people could purchase was an Apple computer, believe it or not. And, one that you could have at home. And I remember the days of getting magazines in the mail that literally had code in them.
Oh.
And I could sit all day long and copy that code from the magazine into the very first Apple Plus computer.
And that entire code, what will that do? It'll build you a stick figure that does the jump
or
rope.
a ball that bounces across the screen. I'm not even joking.
All that code.
And dude, I remember sitting in front of an Atari system playing Pong going, oh my gosh.
All day, dude.
Look at this thing. This is phenomenal.
Yep.
And then they kept getting better and kept getting better. And nowadays it's hard to tell that you're playing a video game in some instances because the graphics are so freaking real. So good. It's, like I said, where we're going to be in the next 25 to 50 years, my mind can't fathom it, and nobody's can, of course, but I can't wait to meet my maker.
What?
So that I can see time as this never ending thing, and then look down and go, wow, this is what we were capable of that in my life we didn't get to do.
I would be like, oh yeah, and they call me a conspiracy theorist.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, we will, at this present time, if even in the next 100 years, this current exact moment, everybody just stop for 1 second and just look at your hand, or just acknowledge this second. Because in 100 years, this second you're referencing, you will be considered as a savage, ancient Neanderthal, and people in 100 years will have no idea or concept how you figured out a way to survive with what little we had to survive with.
Yeah.
I mean, how do we get through like a common cold? They're going to be like, that's crazy. They like took a medicine, like they drank something. They didn't have a microchip in their brain hole.
In their brain hole.
Because that's coming up, man. I just watched another thing. It's you swallow it, and the stomach acid activates this little tiny microchip. It's like the 10th of the size of a piece of rice. And it literally, the second it touches your stomach, it gives all this data about your entire body right to a computer. Right? Now, there's things about this technology that I think is a beautiful thing. When we talk about how to reactivate memory, like with people with Alzheimer's, man, that just, it melts my heart, right?
It does. My grandmother died of Alzheimer's and dementia.
I don't want to forget people I love.
And watching her over, it was a 20-year period, just forget everything about herself, her family. I don't want that to happen for people.
I don't either, but
that's got to be the worst kind of death.
It breaks my heart because the fact is that there's always going to be evil people, and evil people will take this good technology to help mankind in good, beautiful ways and either make it almost unaffordable, or they'll weaponize it and only give it to an elite class of people for that kind of treatment. And that pisses me off like no other, dude. It really does. They also did that one experiment. This is the beautiful thing about the human brain. There's those people with Alzheimer's that literally came off as if they were vegetables, right? Just enough to sit in a chair and just kind of space off into wherever they're at in their mind, right? You with me?
I'm with you.
Okay. What are you yelling at me for, bro?
Oh, my God.
Son of a
I'm with you. Go ahead.
What they did was they found music that they loved the most. One of the guys was a jazz player back in the 20s or 30s. Another lady was a ballerina dancer. And now they're all in their 80s and 90s. Yep. Yeah. And they put headphones on and they played music. And it was literally the music that snapped them out of wherever they were. The lady who probably hasn't moved on her own or made a conscious decision or said a conscious word for who knows how long, all of a sudden started swinging her arms like she was in the ballet. Same thing with the guy who was a blues singer. He started singing the song of the song that they were playing in the headphones. So what does that tell you, Phillips? Not so much about technology, but about sound.
Well, sound and music. I mean, by virtue of it being a sound, yes.
Do you believe sound can heal a body?
It's an interesting question, but yes.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
That's interesting.
Well, it can do a lot of things. A sound can literally make something levitate. right?
Okay.
Because of the frequency level, the volume level, and all that. You see some of those videos where people are in the vehicle, and there's those vehicles that it's nothing but one big speaker, and you literally see the windows are wavy. They're wavy. The vibration is so extreme that it, like in a form, liquefies glass. You know what I mean? It's just the craziest thing ever.
Wow.
So if you know that sound actually can move physical objects, but it can also trigger certain things in your brain, then why don't we use more with sound when it comes to memory disease? Or why is there has to be a key element somewhere within a frequency, within a sound, within whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, that is going to trigger some point in our brain that may, close the gap on that one spot that is deterring.
You're talking about like a healing frequency.
Something,
Yeah.
right? There's something to trigger something somewhere, whether it be a low frequency, high frequency.
We know when you're meditating, there are certain tones, certain frequencies that help there, right?
Yep.
The study of Alzheimer's and what causes it is probably fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure my mind would be able to comprehend it all, but
Right.
I'm sure it's fascinating.
And heartbreaking.
I'm sure. Yeah.
All of it is heartbreaking. Anytime you go see somebody that you've known all their life, they've raised families. That's why I have such a hard time. Honestly, think about it. It's why I have such a hard time with this stupid ass drama shit, right? The low level drama, just in general, right? It's because, you go and you think of like Miracle League, or you go and you think of somebody who's 70 years old, who sits in a freaking nursing home in a wheelchair and doesn't remember who he is, right? But that individual went their whole life loving people, having problems, being broke, working a job, being broken down on the highway, loved, was hated, everything. The whole freaking package of being a human being. They have a whole story that's just gone. Gone, right? I want to do everything I can to pack my brain with so much good that there's going to be too much good up in that shit to say you're going away. As a matter of fact, they can take my brain when I die, and they can try to download my shit into a computer. Turn the TV on, enjoy the ride.
Can you imagine if they could do that, and you could then watch, some people, your family could watch it? I'm not sure I want my family watching all my shit.
You're in trouble. Yep. They'll be like, what? What? I was in the other room.
The TV screen becomes the eyes of the person, and so you see it from their point of view. POV camera shots crack me up. I love doing them, but wow.
I don't think, no, see, no, there's things that most people probably don't want to know from somebody that they love.
There's a lot of things.
There's going to be things that you're just better off just be like, never knew about it in the first place, but I know about it now. Then I'm going to be angry at them, and they're going to be dead, so I'm never going to be able to yell at their ass. You know what I'm saying?
True statement.
No, but it would be interesting movies to watch. I know some people watching this show, I don't even know if I'd watch their stuff, man. It kind of freaked me out. Like Audrey? Hell no. Hell no.
Erica says, oh my God, Rocky's brain downloaded. Epic.
Epic. There'd be music in the background the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, oh man.
Who was I listening to today? Rick James?
Rick James.
Yeah, it was.
Bitch.
I felt that shit, bro.
Rick,
Ron says, Rick James, bitch. Like, where'd that come from?
Yeah, that's, I've heard
A little
somebody
aggressive.
say that before. What was your story, by the way?
For
Did
what?
we ever get to your story?
What story was it?
Downloading?
Well, it was all this. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
where they're able to
I
download
didn't
our.
know if we had covered everything.
Dude, didn't you see, dude, that magic was so good you didn't even realize we're in the story.
I didn't. You just took me right down the path, brother.
Ouch, you broke my finger. No, that's what the story was all about, is the ability to download our thoughts. Could you imagine, man, you can't do a crime. You can't do a crime. There's no way, because they're going to start being able to pull your memory through a freaking Wi-Fi signal from your brain. They're just going to go like this. Bloop. Nothing even touch you.
Well, look, I mean, you got movies all the time coming out. Well, Minority Report, that's the precognition, the pre-crime entity out there, that decides you're going to commit a crime, so they snatch you up. Well,
Dude, listen to this. Roger Rabbit says Rocky's brain stream would get community guideline strikes on YouTube for sure.
there is no question at all.
It'd be
about that.
banned instantly. Instantly, it'd be banned. There was something I was going to say that distracted me.
What if they made a movie after a person dies, and then they made a movie out of your life from your point of view, and you had to go and your family went and watched it? It's an hour and a half, 2 hours long, right, in a theater. Would that be nuts or what? I don't even want to think about it.
I don't even want to think about it. I ain't going to see my own movie.
Uh-uh.
Okay, so if you had the ability, there's two questions here. If you had the ability, and do you think this ability exists? You know, the Men in Black?
Yes.
The
Yep.
bloop. Would you reset somebody just for fun?
Just for fun?
Yeah, would you like just go to Walmart just one day out of the blue and just like click them and erase their memory and just be like, that cashier over there, that big tall guy named frickin' Tony, you're in love with him.
Yeah, but how much memory does it erase?
Everything. You just start from
No,
scratch,
no,
bro.
no.
You know how to talk and all that,
You can't
right?
start from scratch. It's got to take like the last.
I don't know. I never asked that question when I
hour,
watch Men in
the last
Black.
hour.
No,
No.
it has to be significant, like a reset, like on a Men in Black, how they do it. I don't know how they do it on Men in Black. They know how to speak English still after they get zapped.
I guess.
So would you?
Would I do it just
Dude,
for
I saw
fun?
that. I saw that look.
Oh, I'd do it for fun.
I know.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
This whole town would be zombies.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, look,
And I'll be like, you got to go to work every day and give Rocky Stucci 30% of your income.
that's like hypnotizing somebody.
Yes, it is, bro.
What was it called?
Meatball
Hypnotic
Nation.
suggestion.
Yep.
Mhm. There's a lot of things I would do with hypnotic suggestion if I knew how to use
Tell
it.
us one.
I'm not even going to
Tell us
you
one.
No.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Just give us one, Phyllis, because I know you've already thought about
Just
this.
one?
Just one good one.
Every
Good one.
time I said Rocky Stucci, you'd cluck like a chicken. I'd love it.
Man, what happened just now? That was weird.
He
Interesting.
said that was weird.
Wow.
Guys, we are only on now once a week, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. But you can catch us throughout the week because the show gets replayed several times. And I apologize for that because we haven't moved any of the schedules around. So you can catch this same show until next Thursday night for right now. But you can catch us on abnormalrealities.com. And we've got a lot of information out there. And we are still taking interviews. The interviews that we take now, I think our interview
Half an
thing,
hour.
the booking calendar is still on our website. It's up in the main menu. But the interviews will last 30 minutes, and then Rocky and I will take care of the last half hour of the show. Yeah, it worked. It worked, folks. There
It
we
worked.
go.
In 2 weeks, 1 year anniversary for Abnormal Realities, July
the
5th.
Yeah, July 5th was our first show last year, and I remember what we were doing the day, 2 days before that. We were planning the first show
Yes,
because
we
we were
were.
coming back from
Yep.
14
hours in the car with you.
Yeah,
You had gas
Yeah.
that day and you
Yeah.
were dancing and whistling.
yeah, we had fun though.
It was fun.
It
We
was
talked
fun.
a lot of shit. Ron does, actually. Get on over at abnormalrealities.com. We love you guys. We love hanging out with you. Love having these conversations. Dude, it was actually kind of a deep conversation tonight.
It was. And check out our
real.
businesses if you would, please. RomikaDesigns.com. That's where you can find all of the laser engraving and stuff that we do over there. And then, of course, InsaneCustomTumblers.com or InsaneTumblers.com. That's Rocky Stucci's website.
Yeah, InsaneCustomTumblers.com.
I said your name, so it wasn't working. It wasn't working.
Bitches, buck, buck. Bitches, buck, buck, buck.
InsaneCustomTumblers.com. You can find all the good-looking tumblers out there. But thanks for joining us this week, folks. We had fun. Take us home.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we will see each and every one of you next Thursday night. Man, give us some love because we got some stuff happening behind the scenes and we need it. We need your love. We need your prayers. We need everything. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless the United States of America. Ron Phillips, take us home,
Peace.
baby.